Welcome back to Phase Zero, Season 2, Episode 35. This is the She-Hulk Episode 4 discussion portion of the series, of the show. And we have a very special guest joining us now on BD with Jenna, Aaron, and Jamie, as you know it. We got Patty Guggenheim. Madison is on Phase Zero.
Hi.
Yes. What's up? That was even doing a little Madison intro there. We appreciate that. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. I was looking at your IMDb profile earlier today, and I noticed that the #1 title that it says you're known for is Florida Girls, and I was like, well, this makes perfect sense. This
right?
Fort Lauderdale is catching up with you.
Right? It comes so full circle. Everything comes back to Florida, baby.
Are you actually are you from Florida originally?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
No,
I was like,
I'm not.
I'm from Florida, and I cackled when that line came out. Because I was like, yep, she's from
Where
Florida.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sarasota, Florida.
Okay, I've been to Sarasota. That was the place I'm most familiar with, and that's lovely.
It's nice.
Siesta Key and whatnot.
We're here to talk about Florida and only Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a whole Florida interview. I've been to Fort Lauderdale. I feel like that was a fair representation. So props to you and with the brilliant performance. And thank you for joining us.
Oh gosh, yeah, thank you.
So I loved meeting you at the premiere, and I loved just getting to know that Madison was on the horizon. What has it been like to see the reaction now that your episode's out in the world and the character's out in the world?
It's really wild. It's so fun to see how people are reacting to this. The relationship with Madisynn and Wong is I felt it when I was working on this show. I was like, oh, I love him so much. And I think that kind of comes across in it because I'm truly obsessed with him. And so I'm just happy to hear that people are liking that. It's a lot. I'm not used to being on Twitter as much as I really want to be. And so I'm like, ooh, it's fun.
I could tell you look like you're a happy person, so it makes sense that you're not on Twitter too much.
Oh God!
Congratulations on doing what we all can't.
Big burned
were you like a big Marvel fan before this at all, or did you dive into MCU stuff when you got the role?
I kind of both. I was always a fan of everything I saw, Avengers and Thor movies, and and I was really into WandaVision, and I didn't know that much about the world though. But now that when I got it, I was like, oh God, this is, and somebody would know, I would tell a family member secretly, my mom, please don't come for me, Marvel. My mom about this, and they would react. She would react like, whoa. And I'd be like, oh my God, I have to know so much. There's a lot, but I love homework, and I am so into it. I'm going the chronological. I'm obsessed now with everything.
I love it. We had Steve Coulter on here 2 weeks ago, and he told us that when he got cast, they sent a Marvel Universe welcome basket. Did you get one of those? Oh my God, I just started the Civil War. I'm so sorry.
Way to go.
Wow. They sent it to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. They sent it to my dad's new family.
In Phoenix, yeah.
So we now know your kind of Marvel history. We got to know, what about The Sopranos? Did you watch that, or did you just spoil it for yourself?
No, I knew about that. I knew that was going to be a big deal.
Has the spoiler window, the spoiler window on The Sopranos has passed by now?
I would think so. People are coming for it, but yeah, somebody wrote it was 15 years ago. We can't be mad about that now. Yeah, 15 years, y'all.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's been a prequel movie, so it's all fair game. Yeah.
I think that's the line. Yeah, prequel movies. Yeah. I don't know. Yep.
There it is.
Aaron, you're muted.
I didn't hit anything.
Oh, what
I've
happened?
been let out. There we go. You're living most Marvel fans' dreams, getting to drink with Benedict Wong and sit there and pretend to watch stuff on the couch. How was it working with him and forming that bond?
It was I could feel the energy of every Marvel fan's dream coming true in those moments because he's just so cool and great. And I had seen Doctor Strange and I was already very in love with his character and him. It was truly so much fun improvising with him too, because the writing is incredible on this episode. The whole show, I think, is so well written. But we got to improvise that tag at the end, and just going back and forth with him, it was so much fun. He's
That's cool.
A+++++ human. Love him.
He seems
so
like
much.
a good dude.
Well, so kind of going off of that, some people are already, since the episode dropped, kind of shipping Madisynn and Wong. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yes, please.
Oh, was Wong married? He have a girlfriend? He had a girlfriend, right? Before, and she died or something.
Yeah, she died in the second movie. Yeah.
Oh.
So wait, does shipping mean that that there's more than just the?
Yeah.
What do you mean by shipping?
Yeah.
Romantically.
Yeah.
You really aren't on Twitter.
Okay.
I'm so jealous.
I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know.
People want to see them be more than friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
There's some people. Some people are arguing strongly against it as well, saying this is just friends. So
I'm so open to seeing what it could ever be. If it is just friends or if it is, I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion on that yet because I just like to see how things develop.
Speaking of developing, any chance we get Madisynn and Megan Thee Stallion hanging out at any point later in the series? Anytime.
Oh God. I would love that.
Things like the Megan Thee Stallion cameo from last week's episode, is that stuff that gets kept from you as a secret and you find out when the show airs, or do you get kind of a little bit more information even from some of the episodes you might not be a part of?
I did get some little info nuggets. It's so hard to not talk about the things before anyone sees them because you're anytime anyone's her name comes up, I'm like, hello, before, last week. Yeah, I got to find out about that. That was cool.
That's cool.
But
that's cool.
Yeah. I haven't seen the episodes that are coming up, and I'm just so excited. I'm geeking out about this show. I'm finding it so entertaining and wonderful.
Well, so kind of going off of that, what was it like working alongside Tatiana? Because I know most of your scenes with her, she was in her She-Hulk form in the motion capture suit. So what was that experience like?
That was really something new. I've never worked directly with someone who's, I was kind of starstruck with everyone I worked with on this show, to be honest. But sitting with her when I first got there, she was just so down to earth and really fun. We just had a great chemistry immediately with Wong too. And she was in, the mocap dots, but we just you kind of forget about it after you first get adjusted to there are dots. I'm acting with dots. It was interesting, but I love weird, new, interesting experiences. So I liked it, and she was phenomenal.
I see a fun question from Julian Castorita in our comment section. And he said, so we have to know, does Camartage have the dopest bar in the MCU? Where do you think Madisynn would rather get a drink? Bruce's bar in Mexico or inside of Camartage? Honestly, some of those drinks Wong was talking about sounded
The
pretty
yak
good.
milk?
Yak milk? I mean, it's either going to be hit or miss.
Is it? I'm stoked on yak milk. I really got to try it now. I would. Okay, so in Camartage, there needs to be like a really nice setup. Like it's just like it has the vibe of like a really nice bar cart. So I would want to start there and have like a pregame. And just whip up some new fun cocktails, yak milk included, and then see where the night takes us. Like I feel like with the powers, we could go places, and then we could end up at Bruce Banner's bar.
That's true.
It's like a bar
crawl. To limit. Yeah, it's a bar crawl. You start at Camartage, and then you head to.
A bar crawl with Wong would be like you literally would never have to wait in any lines.
This is what I'm talking about. I can't do lines.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You did get to your character Madisynn went through a portal to a little hellish area. It sounded like emerged with a still beating heart. Listen, we all this is some deep cut Marvel stuff. We all know that means Mephisto. We know we've I don't know if the name Mephisto means anything to you, but when you read that bit about making a deal with a demon, 6 drops of blood, somebody in this hellish dimension talking to you, do you ask questions like, wait a second, what does this mean? Like, is there more to that story that you know of?
I think I was so in the character mode that I was like, okay, well, I went there and I was like, you guys, what's happening? And then are there are there drinks here? And then I didn't know where I was going. Mephisto, is that how you say it?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mephisto sounds fun.
Our goal is just to get every guest on the show to say Mephisto, and it's.
Are you guys trying to dig it? Is this supposed to? Are you trying to get it trending?
Well, see, here's the thing, Mephisto.
I'm not trying. I want to know.
Well, so back in WandaVision, there was everything, especially New Rockstars. Shout out to New Rockstars. I'm a big fan of their channel. But every theory was that Mephisto was a part of the story. And then Spider-Man No Way Home trailers came out. And we were like, oh, this must be a Mephisto thing. And now She-Hulk has done a whole demon thing. And we're all like, oh, it's Mephisto. So, of course, and I'm kind of the last remaining person pushing this theory. But we got Simu Liu to say Mephisto on here back when he was on the show, and that I don't even know how he's
gonna
possibly
edit together everyone saying Mephisto.
Exactly. Or trying to get everybody who could possibly be an Avenger, meet an Avenger to say Mephisto, and then one day they're gonna do a Mephisto story.
One day.
And Patty, you're gonna remember this day on Phase Zero, and you're gonna be like, "That son of a gun."
He really took that and ran. It was his life's mission.
Listen, someone's got to do it.
The world today woke up obsessed with Madisynn. I mean, we are all obsessed with her. We love her. We want her back. Can you tease anything about your future? Might we be seeing you again? Are you allowed to say?
I don't know.
Fair. That's fair.
That's fair.
I don't know. So, yeah.
And after this discussion, I want to see a Madisynn YouTube show where she's making cocktails and Marvel characters guest.
I know.
That's my pitch.
I'll tease that I am working on a signature cocktail spelled SYGNNATURE signature with 2 N's, 1 Y, and
we will
somewhere in there.
Not where you think. We will end it with this. If you could reprise the role of Madisynn just for fun, and see your character have a drink, maybe watch another HBO Max series with any superhero, anybody from the Marvel universe, whether it's the actor or the character, who would you want to see Madisynn parked on the couch with?
I already told Jenna about this.
Oh,
But it's such a great story. I want you to tell everybody.
So
I already drank with all the Avengers.
I've already done it.
I swear I'll be
So,
the most jealous person in the world.
I mean, that would be amazing. Somebody wrote Howard the Duck. That sounds great. Oh, that sounds great too. But I told Jenna this. It's Chris Hemsworth as Thor, and it's because, well, he honestly is very fun. He's very, very fun. But I live in this is his old apartment, and like literally this unit. And so I get his mail. I still get his mail sometimes. And so I want to like go and open it with him because I think it's like Christmas cards from like years ago. So I love to just like have some cocktails and open his mail with him.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Listen, we
And
can.
also, yeah, there's so many I want to meet.
I wanted to. Sorry, I know I said that was the last thing. I saw one of our coworkers, Evan Valentine. I don't know if he was just messing around or not, but he said on Twitter today he was an extra on She-Hulk, and he was on set for one of the days that you had to deliver the line, Madisynn, 2 N's with the Y, not where you think. And he said he heard it more times than he ever thought he would in his life. How many times did you have to recite that line? And was it like, how do you keep like the energy? Because it's hilarious. I mean, the delivery, you're like so entertaining on the show. How many times did you have to do that over and over again with the same energy?
I think it was 5. It was probably, no, I don't know, 20 each time. I don't know. What's so interesting about this show, though, I did have to say that line in different scenes. And in the courtroom scene, they're, when she's in the She-Hulk, you do it many, many times because you're doing it for the scene with Tatiana. You're doing it with her awesome stand-in. And then you're doing it with like a silver ball. You're doing all the technical parts too. So at points I felt like the only human in a room of like robots just being like this girl. And I think it kind of added to it probably because I was like, what's happening? You start to feel very delirious and I think it worked.
Well, it sounds like you had a really good time, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming on the show today. We appreciate your work on She-Hulk. It was an absolute blast to watch. We had so much fun watching it and talking to you today. So thank you, Patty, for joining us, and congrats on being part of the MCU. I hope this is a fun journey for you.
Thank you. Cheers to that.
Hell yeah.
It's so nice to meet you.